Hey, this is Jeff, and a couple weeks ago I did a video about destroying all the vertibirds that try to evacuate Raven Rock. One purely incidental detail in that video was that I was using a character with neutral karma, so Fawkes force greeted me outside and then left, because he'll only become a companion if you have good karma. Well, that made me wonder, where does he go if you can't hire him, or you don't want to? I mean, I know where he goes. He goes to the Museum of History on the mall, just like he says he's going to, but how does he get there? So I'm going to follow him. The game is kind of inconsistent about how it handles NPCs who travel, usually for plot reasons. At one end, you have escort missions where the character either follows you or they take the lead but stop and wait if you get too far behind. At the other end, you have characters whose role is finished at some point and the game just deletes them once they're out of your sight. In between, you have characters who travel on their own, whether you're with them or not. Sometimes they'll just teleport to their destination once they're in a different cell, and sometimes the game simulates their entire trip in real time, which in a case like this probably wouldn't matter much, but if you're waiting for Hannibal to show up at the Lincoln Memorial, watching his quest marker take the most ridiculously convoluted path possible, it can be a little bit annoying. Anyway, since I don't know if Fawkes is a teleport guy or a real-time travel guy, I'm gonna stick close and see where he goes. And I kind of thought he'd take the elevated highway, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just want to see where you go. Well, that's just about the exact opposite direction from the museum, but okay. I can never remember which of these satellite facilities have which enemies. There's one with Raiders, one with Talon Company, and one with Enclave. It's Enclave.
No more games. Time to die.
I'll just let him take care of that.
I win again.
Looks like he is going down to the highway. He didn't have his weapon drawn the whole time, so it's not like he ran up here just to kill the Enclave. Maybe that rubble pile confused his pathing or something. Well, that's where he's going. It runs above the river, maybe a quarter of the way across the map, and makes landfall near the 5-axles rest stop. Well, maybe not a quarter of the way, but a long way with no opportunity for detours. Except straight down. I've had companions plunge to their deaths trying to follow me across this thing. It's mostly safe, but there are a few holes and gaps spanned by makeshift bridges. They usually take the safe route, but if an enemy under the bridge aggroes them and they go into combat mode, then they run around like crazy to get line of sight so they can attack, and sometimes they don't pay enough attention to where they're putting their feet. Here's the abandoned car fort. The bridge actually touches the ground up here, so he could detour south past Shale Bridge and Lamplight, but that would be the long way. No, looks like he's going to stay on the bridge. I came here for a book during the All Skills 100 dash, so there shouldn't be anything around here to loot. Taking a breather or something?
If you're gonna talk, talk.
Sometimes the AI pathing gets a little bit confused when the landscape is marked as walkable, but there's a step or a ledge that's just a little too high for the physics of the character's walking animation to handle.
What are you looking at?
Need a push? There we go. Careful, buddy. He has enough hit points to tank just about anything any enemy in the game can throw at him, but a fall from that height might be more than even he could handle. No, don't go back! Okay. Just wanted to be in the other lane. And now where he'll go is anybody's guess. The 5-axles rest stop is on the other side of that hill, and we're right across the river from the Roosevelt Academy. Right there's the 5-axles rest stop. There's a raider ambush in there, so I'm not going to whack that hornet nest just to get the map marker. If it was me, I'd probably go cross-country due east to Arafu, but he seems to prefer sticking to the road. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. No, he's headed back for the road. This is probably because of how the game's navigation system flags terrain as impassable, passable, or preferred. Not sure why roads would be marked as preferred in Fallout 3. In New Vegas, it reflects how the roads are safer because the Legion and the NCR patrol them in their respective territories, but in Fallout 3, not so much. Where were we exactly? Middle of nowhere. Well, that's why we're doing this.
Oh! You lose!
That Enclave outpost is Rockbreaker's gas station, where there's a guaranteed Nuka-Cola Quantum, but no books, which is why this character's never been there. Might as well do a little looting. Enclave probably had some microfusion cells. This looks familiar. Okay, Jalbert's waste disposal is over the hill, and there was a book there, that's why. You can avoid most of the rads if you approach it from this side. Gonna turn east here. There's a road. No? Wonder if he's gonna go all the way to the bottom of the map. Wouldn't be particularly efficient, but it wouldn't be particularly surprising either. I'm not even sure where that goes. Oh, that's Fort Bannister, Talon Company headquarters. Yeah, just as well we don't go by that. Oh, come on! The road turns east! You like the road! Why would you go overland in the exact opposite direction? Are you sure about this? Maybe he wants to visit Grittershade or something. Ah, good. To be fair, I shouldn't be so hard on him. He spent his whole life underground, so how is he supposed to know where the sun sets? He just wanted to go around the south side of Fort Bannister instead of the north. And actually, I don't think there's anything to worry about. Caron and Dogmeat cleared it out so I could grab a couple of books, and I don't think the Talon Mercs respawn. All right, no problem there. Now the question is, will he go north or south around Arlington, and how far east will he go before he decides? What's that? Looks like a dog killed a robot of some kind. Fawkes, you gonna... Guess he's not worried about it. Ah, there he goes. No, that's a bear. And he already got it. Thanks, buddy. Not sure why I was worried. And it looks like we're turning north now. Of course, that's just because he's following the road. He still has plenty of time to zigzag around the map before we commit. Looks like he's turning east again. Oh, something got his attention. Enclave. Maybe render some token assistance. No XP. I think that was all him. Might as well do some looting, though. Okay, that's the train yard where the super mutant behemoth spawns. So the Jury Street Metro Station is just to the east of here, which means we're farther north than I thought from the last time I checked the map. And I hope he's not going to pick a fight with a bunch of super mutants.
Okay, who's next?
Well, whatever it was, he lost interest.
Found you!
Or maybe not.
Yeah!
Oh, Red Scorpion's flanking us.
Next time, put up a fight!
What do you mean flanking us? They're just animals, man!
You are! Just stand still! That was too easy.
Anyway, I figured we were going to come out around Grey Ditch, go down over the hill, and cross the river at the Super Duper Mart, but it looks like we'll be coming out a bit farther north, around Megaton maybe. Actually, I'm just thinking that because I usually go cross-country when I don't fast travel. If he stays true to form and follows the road, we might go by Vault 101 and through Springvale. And yeah, this is the little town with a raider shop where you can't actually shop because they're hostile, and the building with the massive Rube Goldberg machine. I did a video on that a couple years ago. You should check it out if you haven't seen it. It's pretty cool. Might speed things up a bit if I helped. Ooh, vaporized. Still no XP, though. Sorry, buddy. Stole your kill. Okay. The high-res landscape textures usually swap at a distance where you don't really notice it. I have seen the low-res textures persist until you're right on top of them if the game is chugging a little bit and the high-res version suddenly pops in, but I've never seen them pop out like that. That's weird. Is it gonna... No? Well, there it goes. I guess the ground itself gives up trying to look impressive when Fawkes walks over it because he's so mighty. I recognize that mud puddle. This is home sweet home. Good old Vault 101. But let's not get too far from Fawkes. Yep, there's Megaton. So we're just going to take the road around to the Super Duper Mart, I imagine. Ooh, actually got the XP for that one.
No more games. Time to die.
Oh! 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 Not gonna lie, having Fawkes in the neighborhood makes me a lot braver than I would otherwise be with this particular character. And the XP for that one too. See, I am contributing. And I see more red, but that's probably just a Mirelurk down there by the river. Loot a little bit. Okay, I guess we're not crossing the river here. I assumed he'd go over to the Farragut West Metro Station, but apparently not. I guess he's going to go down to the Key Bridge to cross over, and from there, maybe go down to Rivet City and Anacostia Station, maybe? Interesting. Getting off the road a little bit, buddy. I assume he'll turn around and come back at some point. We've seen him do that half a dozen times already. Really? No way. He's really going to swim across the river? I mean, I would have crossed at the Anchorage Memorial, but it isn't quite connected on the east bank, so you have to jump it if you don't want to swim. And NPCs can't jump, but I'm surprised the AI would take him away that he has to swim. That's really unusual. Although, I guess it makes sense for him, because super mutants are immune to radiation. I might need a little rat away when we're done, but that's fine. Need a push? Please tell me you're not going to swim back across. Oh, there he goes. Looks like he's done with swimming. Let's take some rat away. Now, are you going to head for Anacostia or take my go-to route through the tepid sewers? Looks like it's the tepid sewers.
If you're gonna talk, talk.
Nope, just getting you unstuck from the Jersey barrier. It'd be hilarious if he stopped in Dukov's place for a drink. Nah, he doesn't have time for those shenanigans. Everybody just saw that mole rat despawn, right? I know they're all dead because I tested Moira's repellent stick in here, but when I came back through on the way to the mall, I just put the pedal to the metal and ran past the raiders. Dog meat probably killed a few in my wake, but even if there are a few stragglers, they won't give Fawkes any trouble. So I mentioned this is the character I used for the All Skills 100 dash. I got all skills to natural 100s with no temporary buffs from chems, clothes, or anything else by level 7, which I'm still pretty proud of. The biggest challenge turned out to be avoiding XP, so I didn't level up faster than I could collect all the skill books, to the point of even planning my routes to unlock fewer map markers. There were some interesting suggestions in the comments about how I could have used the metro system to avoid even more than I did, and some general discussion of the most efficient way to get to the mall from the wasteland. Now, like I said, this is the route I almost always use for my first trip to the mall, even when I'm not doing a challenge run or something goofy like this. The only exception would be if I'm going straight from GNR to the Technology Museum for 3-Dog. I would say the AI calculating this route for Fawkes validates my preferred itinerary, but we've seen the AI make some questionable pathing decisions in this video and many others, so maybe it actually proves this isn't the best way. I obviously didn't mess with any of the super mutants in Georgetown the last time I was here. Hopefully he won't notice them and start trouble either. Alright, looks like he's past that group. And he is indeed going to use the Georgetown Mall Metro connection. I mean, once you're in Georgetown, that's obviously the most direct path, but that's no guarantee the AI was going to use it. Come on, buddy. Don't get stuck on a turnstile when we're this close.
If you're gonna talk, talk!
Come on. You can do it. There we go. Does he need to push up the stairs now? Oh. No, he's just going to teleport up him a few steps at a time. At this point, the game's like, geez, if you really have to watch him all the way to the museum lobby, let's just get this done. Well, this ought to be interesting. If he's your companion and you bring him here or the Citadel or any Brotherhood of Steel location, they presumably tolerate him because he's with you. But canonically, if he's not your guest, it seems like they'd be inclined to shoot him on sight like they do any other super mutant on the mall. They're being surprisingly chill today. Super mutant with a Gatling laser? Above my pay grade, man. And here we are, Museum of History, which is an odd combination of the real-life Museum of Natural History and a cultural history museum. But anyway, he'll sandbox in here forever, so if we improve our karma and want to hire him later, this is where to find him. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.